In order to find this home, we had to move further afield, and we knew that meant that we'd spend more time with nature, but less time with the people we love. Tie this in with the fact that we also have a young child who also sleeps awfully at night, which means we also sleep awfully at night, and the socialising became pretty infrequent. I feel like this definitely affected me more than Ryan. Sometimes it would be nice to just pop over to friends for a cup of tea or a gin and tonic, you know, rather than arranging a weekend trip in 4 weeks' time. I'd also like to point out that we did buy a house for hosting and are always booked up with friends and family staying, and we are so fortunate for that. But it's still not the same as having a casual trip out with a friend when you're feeling down, or popping over to your sister's to celebrate her promotion. But this month was different. This month, every weekend, either Ryan or I were out. I say either or because, well, one of us had to look after Arthur. And that is truthfully why we lacked on the uploads on our channel this month. Because our weekends are usually spent filming, and instead, for once, we prioritised our social life. I went out in a pub crawl and a murder mystery, and Ryan climbed a mountain in Wales. Yes, I consumed the booze and Ryan burnt them off for me. I like to think that we balance each other out.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
For the last few weeks, we've very quickly been trying to get on with the jobs that we should have probably done in October, November, December, January and February. And here we are in March, trying to beat that sunshine. I'm happy that the sunshine's here, but I also feel like it's a bit of a race against the time. You know, our tomatoes have been sown, but we still haven't pruned our roses, pruned our fruit trees. There's just a lot to be done. I have, however, mulched the vegetable beds, so that's good. We're really testing this microphone today because there is a lot of wind, so cross your fingers for me. Report back in the comments below. So let's talk pruning roses, shall we? Now, a bit of a disclaimer, I am no expert at all. We moved into a house that has the most beautiful roses that go all the way down the pathway, and they kind of sort themselves out every year. Saying that, last year we had a lot of roses that were very tall. It was a bit more like a rose hedge, which is fine, but when our vegetable garden looks really beautiful, I kind of want a glimpse of the roses and the vegetables. That would be nice. So we really felt like we needed to start pruning this year. And so I'm kind of winging it. I have watched a few videos, I've watched a lot of Gardener's World, but at the same time, I've never properly done this before. So I've essentially just been cutting down each stem down to a few buds. It was very high. And then I've been taking out some stems so that they're not completely overlapping. There's a bit more of like a nice shape to it. Saying that, I don't want to take out too much either because we've got someone very exciting coming to film here in May, and I want there to be roses still. So I don't want to like upset the roses too much. So I haven't cut it all down. I feel like technically we should be a bit more brutal with it all, but I don't want to be too brutal because we need some roses this year. So that's what I've been doing. I've got buckets and buckets full of rose prunings, and I've actually been using them to try and stop birds from taking our onion sets out of the beds. They've been going insane and pulling out all the little onions. So I've like put them on top to try and deter them. Anyway, if you've got any advice for when it comes to pruning roses, please let me know.
What I've done today, you might see some of my climbing about, was trying to flatten this out. So when we got the septic tank done, they accidentally drove a digger into the roof, which kind of crumpled the roof and pulled the drain off, which wasn't great. But it's not the end of the world. But now I've actually climbed on the roof and had a look at the roof. I think I'm better off, I'm going to regret saying this, but taking it all off and putting damp-proof coursing down and then putting the roof back on. I just think it will be better done. Have started to put it inside the walls, and look, that's where our electrics will be. Going to have some plugs. There's going to be a wall here. But yeah, little bit of progress, slow progress. Hoping to have more time in the next few weekends, and then more time very soon, a lot more time. And then, yeah, back to the food van, get the food van done, and then finish this stable, which will hopefully not destroy me. I'm sure it won't. Look at this bad boy. This is what the armoured cable came on. I could definitely make, oh my god, I'm going to make a round table. Yeah, my son is named Arthur, you know, if you didn't know, I rather like knights. So this could be my mini round table. It's not that mini, look, you can sit at it. Look at me at my round table, see? Perfect. Just to add to my project list. You know, why not? What a great idea, Ian.
We now have one working plug socket in this stable / soon to be pottery studio. So come and have a look at this. So it doesn't look like there's been a lot of progress here, but there is one plug socket working here, well, like double socket working here, and then there'll be another two going down this way. And we've been waiting for that to happen and the lights to be put in before we could do any more. But what we actually found once we had the electrician in is that he actually wanted us to do a little bit more before he could put the lights in, because we need to kind of sort out the roof, make sure there's no rain coming in and things like that. So it makes total sense. But it is a clear open space. And yes, power in here does mean that the electrician was happy with the trench we dug. He did have to get someone else in to finish it off because we could not do it in time and we found it really hard. And I feel like he sympathised with us because they both also found it very hard. But yes, so we have got power in here. They've done like the hardest bit. And we've also got power in our barn as well, which is exciting because if we ever want to host people over for a few feasts and stuff, and also when it comes to like welding Ryan's food van and things, it means that we finally got power, because honestly, trying to get a cable all the way to the house out here, 4 acres in, to try and have power was not helping situations on the food van. It just took so long, especially if it started to rain and things. So we can finally start progressing on that as well. So yeah, I don't know, just to put it in perspective, I don't know if you can see, but there is a building behind me and that is our house. And that is how far we had to dig a trench. And it had to be like, maybe like this deep. And we have very hard, like, well, sometimes hard, sometimes very wet, clay soil. And it was very, very hard to dig. And we kind of found pipes and massive stones. My mum actually found like an old pipe, which was quite cool, and an old coin as well. So we did a little bit of archaeology as well. But yeah, it was a real situation. And we're just very happy that it's done now. We now need to probably sow some grass seed because there is a lot of mud. So I'm not sure if the camera's on me, but there's the pipe. They've like covered it in yellow tape and then they're going to put some more tape on top. So essentially if we ever dig, there'll be a few warning signs before we dig into it. But we've got like a massive pipe that goes through with all the electrics in and internet, which is exciting. And then the idea is that if we ever need to put any more electric up here or anything like that, it can kind of just get pushed through the pipe. So we don't need to dig the trench again. So we're like future-proofing it, which is good. Bit more pricey, but you know, it's a hard job. Yeah, I've got to give it to him. Like the electrician has been working through the pouring rain for the last week outside trying to sort this all out. It was not the weather for him at all.
Out for a little walk with well, 2 of my 3 favourite people. This little man. No, okay, sorry. Gino? Hi, Gino. Let's go for a little walk. Have a lovely view around here. What do you think, Gino? Having a nice walk? Beautiful. What have you found, Gino? No, nothing. Just a bit of wee. Are you all done, Arthur? Artie! Oh, no, not yet. Look, we gotta talk to the camera. We gotta say bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Oh, you've blown a kit. Oh, you got a very muddy hand.
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye. Thanks for watching, everyone. Me and Arthur have just fixed the quad bike because I left it a bit too long and didn't use it enough, so the battery went flat. But I fixed that, and yeah, it's sunny. It doesn't look sunny. Wow. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, everyone. Hopefully you've seen all the magnificent stuff I've been up to. And look how glorious my mustache is becoming. You're welcome. Thanks. Bye.